Hey everyone, welcome to today's lesson. Before we begin, do you have your notebook and your pencil? If you don't, go grab them now. Hit pause. I'll wait. Okay, welcome back. So today's lesson is on powers of powers of 10. Today's lesson is a continuation of yesterday's. Today's learning target is I can use powers of 10 to write numbers in expanded form. So we'll take what we learned about powers of 10 yesterday and we'll apply it to writing numbers in expanded form. And that'll help us practice the place value learning we did earlier in the week. So we're sort of bringing everything together here in this last day of the week. All right, let's get started. So to review, because we haven't really thought of expanded form since, Monday or Tuesday. Expanded form. Let's go ahead and write this number in expanded form, okay? I will pause the video. You write this number in expanded form, and we'll see how you did on the other side. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. Let's write this number in expanded form. All right, so we have 87,491. Well, we'll start with the 8 in the 10,000 spot. We'll write that as 80,000. That's 8 groups of 10,000. And to that, we add a 7 in the thousands place. So 7 groups of 1,000 is 7,000. To that, we add a 4 in the hundreds place. That's 4 groups of 100. That's 400. And to that, we add a 9 in the tens place. That's 9 groups of 10. So that's 90. And then to add that, we finally add 1 group of 1. So this is the number 87,491 written in expanded form. Did you know there are other ways to write numbers in expanded form? That's what we're going to learn today. Okay, so let's get into the new learning now. Okay, so here is an example of a number, and let's look at the different ways we could write this number in expanded form. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and slide this number 2,784. I'm going to slide this box to cover most of the number. Let's just look at the 2 in the thousands place. We can say that this is 2 thousands. That's 2 groups of 1,000. In standard, this is called number and word form. In standard notation, we just say it's 2,000. We can use a power of 10. Here's some of that new learning. Here's our power of 10, 1,000. So 2 times 1,000 is another way to write 2,000. And then if we take the 1,000 and we think of 1,000 as a power of 10 in exponential notation, we say 2 times 10 to the third power. That's 2 times 1,000. 10 to the third power is the same as 1,000. You remember that from yesterday? All right. Okay, let's keep going. So then, let's see. If we slide this out of the way a little further, we get to the 7 in the hundreds place. So 7 in the hundreds place, we say 700s. Or it can be in standard notation, 700. Or 7 times 100. Or if we take 100 and turn it into exponential notation, that's 10 times 10, right? So that's 10 to the second power. 7 times 10 to the second power. Moving on, we then look at the 8 in the tens place. And we see we can call 8 in the tens place 8 groups of 10, or 80, or 8 times 10, or 10 to the first power. 8 times 10 to the first power, if we want to use that version of the power of 10. And finally, and here is where we're just going to memorize something today, okay? Because I don't have time to teach you about 10 to the 0 power, but let's look. A 4 in the ones place can be 4 ones, or just 4, or 4 times 1, or 4 times 10 to the 0 power. Now you might be asking, how is 4 times 10 to the 0 power just 4? Well, the rule is any number to the 0 power, whenever 0 is the exponent, that number is always equal to 1. But that's a whole nother math lesson. That's a whole week of learning just with that. So for now, we're just going to take my word for it. And we're going to memorize that any number with an exponent of 0 is 1. So 10 to the 0 power is 1. So this is the same as 4 times 1. Okay? Let's just go with that for now. All right. So how can we use this information to write this number 2,784 in standard form? In expanded form. Well, we could write traditionally. Let's take this column here. Okay. Let's take that column there. We could say this number is 2,000 plus 700 plus 80 plus 4. Well, that looks familiar, right? We've done that before. What if we took this column here? We could write this number in expanded form that uses powers of 10 and multiplication expressions. So we could say instead of 2,000, 2,000 becomes 2 times 1,000. And let's put that in parentheses so we know that that's its own separate little unit. Plus 7 times 100 plus the 8 times 10 plus 4 times 1. That's another way to write this number in expanded form, right? These are multiplication expressions that use powers of 10, like 1,000, 100, 10, or 1. There's another way. Check this out. What if we use this column here? Let's try that. So now we're getting to the heart of the lesson. Now we're going to write this number in expanded form using powers of 10 in exponential notation. And this is the final goal. So 2,000 becomes 2 times 1,000. And now we can take the 1,000 and turn it into 10 to the third power. So let's do that. This can be 2 times 10 to the third power. 2,000 is the same as 2 times 1,000 is the same as 2 times 10 to the third power. 10 to the third power is 1,000. It's 10 times 10 times 10. All right, moving on. 700 becomes 7 times 100, or 7 times 10 squared, or 10 to the second power. And 80 becomes 8 times 10 to the first power. And 4 becomes 4 times 10 to the 0 power, because remember, 10 to the 0 power is just 1. And so there we go. That's what we're after. We want to be able to do this. We really want to be able to do all of this. But if you can write any number in that form, well then, you're on the right track today. So let's give it a shot. All right. I have for you here a multiplication chart. A powers of 10 chart. Not multiplication. It has multiplication on it. It's a powers of 10 chart. And I have for you here a number. Okay? 25,836. This video is going to pause. And you are going to write in Edpuzzle this number, 25,836, in expanded form using the powers of 10 in exponential notation. Okay? So go back to the last example if you need to see it again before you start. All right? Just rewind a little bit. And I'll see you on the other side of this problem. All right. Good luck. Let's talk about it later. Go. All right. Welcome back. Let's do this. 2 in the 10,000 spot. Let's see. 2 in the 10,000 spot. That is 2 groups of 10,000. That's 20,000. So I'm going to come down here and let's see. 10,000. That's 2 groups of 10,000. That's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Oop, that's 10 to the 4th. So I'm going to write 2 times 10 to the 4th power. And I'm going to add to that, let's see, a 5 in the 1,000 spot. So 1,000 here is 10 times 10 times 10. That's 10 to the 3rd power. So I'm going to add to that 5 times 10 to the 3rd power. And I'm going to add to that 800. So 8, let's see here, 100 is 10 times 10, and that is 10 squared. So I'm going to add to that 8 times 10 squared, or 10 to the 2nd power. And to that, I will add, let's see, that's 3 times 10, 30. So I'm looking up here at the 3 in the tens place. That's 30. So 10 is just 10 is 10 to the 1st power. So that's 3. I'm going to run out of space, times 10 to the 1st. And I'm going to add to that, oh no, I'm out of space. I'm going to add to that 6 times 10 to the 0 power, and I ran out of space. Yikes, I got to write smaller next time. Okay, because 10 to the 0 power, right, I'm back here on this. I don't want to lose track of that. That's 10 to the 0 power is like 1, so it's like 6 times 1, right? Okay, so let's try another one. All right, I'll meet you back on the other side of this number, 803,459. Write this number in expanded form using powers of 10 in exponential notation. Go. Welcome back. All right, let's do this up. I'm going to write smaller this time, and I'm going to use red. Okay, so here we go. 800,000. Let's see. 100,000. 100,000 down here is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. That's 5. That's 10 to the 5th power. So that's 8 times 10 to the 5th power plus, let's see, 0 10,000s. So we don't have to write anything for that. That's just 0. Plus 3 in the thousands place. So let's see, thousands. Yep, I'm starting to learn that. That's 10 times 10 times 10. That's 10 to the 3rd power. So I'm going to write 3 times 10 to the 3rd power plus, let's see, 400. 100 is 10 times 10, and that's 10 squared, or 10 to the 2nd power. So that's 4 times 10 to the 2nd power plus 5 tens. Let's see, tens. That's 10 to the 1st. All right. So that's 5 times 10 to the 1st power. Oh, I ran out of space again. How did I do that? I got to write smaller still. Plus the last digit is 9 in the ones place. So that, you see, 1 was 10 to the 0 power. So that's, oh my gosh, really small. Oh, erase. All right. That's, oh my gosh, 9 plus 10 to the 0 power. Oh my gosh, I got to write even smaller next time. All right, so this is writing a number in expanded form using powers of 10 in exponential notation. Okay, one last one. Try this one. And I promise on the other side, I will write in smaller numbers so we can fit it all in on the same screen. All right, go ahead, try it. Okay, welcome back. Let's do this. Another color. I'm going to pick green this time. Okay, so we have 300,000. And I remember from last time that 100,000 is 10 to the 5th, 5 tens. So that is 3 times 10 to the 5th plus, let's see, 7 in the 10 spot, 7 groups of 10, 70,000. That's 10 to the 4th. So that is 7 times 10 to the 4th power plus, let's see here, 1 in the 1,000 spot. Well, that's going to be 1 times 1,000. I'm starting to learn that. That's 10 to the 3rd power plus the 9 in the 100 spot. So let's see, that's 9 times 100. That's, let's see, 100 is 10 squared. There it is. So that's 10 to the 2nd power plus, let's see here. Oh, I see the 2 in the 10 spot. That's 20. The 10 is just 10 to the 1st power. So that's 2 times 10 to the 1st power plus 8 in the 1 spot. So that's going to be 8 times 10 to the 0 power, because 10 to any number to the 0 power is 1. It's 8 times 1. Okay, so this is what we're going to practice today. Okay, writing numbers in expanded form that use powers of 10 in exponential notation. Let's get started on the practice work.